For my critical review, I'd like to talk about one of my favorite films, Todo Sobre mi Madre, or All About My Mother in English. The film is a dramatic comedy and was directed by Pedro Almodovar and was released in 1999. It won 21 awards, including the Oscar and Golden Globe for Best Foreign Language Film, and was nominated for a total of 28 awards. The protagonist of the film is Manuela, an Argentine nurse living in Madrid with her son Esteban. The other principal characters include Esteban, Manuela's 17-year-old son who aspires to be a writer; Agrado, Manuela's old friend who is a transsexual prostitute looking to find a job to allow her to quit sex work; as well as Rosa, a nun in her 20s who works with prostitutes, helping them find jobs to get them off the streets, and who is planning to go to El Salvador to work as an aid worker. The film also features Uma Rojo, an actress who plays Blanche in A Streetcar Named Desire, and who Esteban is a huge fan of; Nina, Uma's lover and co-star, who suffers from drug addiction; and Lola, who was originally named Esteban, who is another transsexual prostitute, who also happens to be Manuela's ex-husband, and also the father of both Manuela's son Esteban and Rosa's soon-to-be-born son, also to be named Esteban. The opening scenes of the film take place on Manuela's son's 17th birthday, and Manuela brings him to see A Streetcar Named Desire, starring Uma Rojo. When chasing after for her autograph, Esteban is hit by a car and dies. Following his death, Manuel returns to Barcelona, where the rest of the film focuses on her search for Lola. Upon her return, she encounters her old friend Agrado, through whom she meets Rosa. Later, she ends up working for Uma and Nina as a personal assistant before Agrado takes her place, so Manuela can take care of Rosa, who finds out she's pregnant. The reason I chose to review Todo Sobre mi Madre is the utter depth of the film and its ability to relate to examine, to humanize, and to even joke about complex issues such as HIV/AIDS, transsexualism, gender, sexuality, and the role of women in society. For me, one constant theme of the film is the idea of rebirth and second chances. This is seen in the case of the three Estebans. Although Manuela never told her son the truth about his father before he died, Rosa, who is aware of this, makes Manuela promise to be completely open with her son before she dies giving childbirth. The same idea can be applied to Lola. Although she never had the chance to meet her and Manuela's son, her dying wish to have a son and to meet him is granted when she meets her and Rosa's baby, Esteban. The cases of Agrado and Nina also exemplify this. Agrado is able to leave the streets after joining Uma as her personal assistant, and in the end of the film we find that Nina has stopped using drugs, left show business, and has returned to her hometown to get married and to have a baby. Almodovar also focuses on the intertwined themes of transsexualism and the idea of being true to yourself, which are ever present in Todo Sobre mi Madre. The connectedness and centrality of these two themes is best explained in a scene where Agrado must distract an audience after Uma and Nina get in a fight, and that night's show is cancelled. She offers to tell the audience the story of her life and begins by asserting her authenticity as a person. She goes on to list all the different body parts she has had work done on and the price of each operation, to the laughter and amusement of the audience. However, despite being artificial on the outside, Agrado demonstrates her inner depth and authenticity when she concludes her monologue with a phrase which roughly translates to, "The more woman resembles how she dreams of herself, the more authentic she is." Like many of his other works, Todo Sobre mi Madre is a film almost entirely dominated by women. In addition to being a feminist work, the film portrays a wide spectrum of different women and examines the concept of femininity. In the scene where Rosa and Manuela are in the hospital waiting room, the film connects the idea of femininity in relation to machismo. Manuela summarizes her history with Lola by stating, "Lola has the worst qualities of men and the worst qualities of women as well." Manuela tells Rosa a brief history of her and Lola, complaining that when they ran a bar together in Barcelona, Lola would walk around the beach in bikini, hitting on anything that moved, yet would make a big deal if Manuela wore a bikini or a miniskirt. Manuela concludes the conversation by asking, "How could Lola be such a machista with boobs like that?" Despite the humoristic nature of Manuela's story, it invites profound questions in relation to the concepts of gender and femininity. In the case of Lola, outwardly she was extremely and stereotypically feminine, yet inwardly she preserved her inner machismo, evident in her actions towards Manuela and towards Rosa. The film also is important for the way it tackles the issue of HIV/AIDS. The film shows that HIV is a disease that can affect anyone, even someone as pure as Rosa, a nun, just as we see after her following her HIV-positive diagnosis. However, one critique I had in relation to this theme was in regards to Baby Esteban. His case of neutralizing the virus seemed a bit unrealistic to me. However, it goes along with the theme of rebirth and second chances, so I understand why Almodovar included this in the storyline. I also found Manuela's forgiveness of Lola a bit out of character. After passing 18 years without speaking to her or seeing her except at the funeral, one of the final scenes shows them together smiling and joking in a cafe, with Lola holding Esteban for the first and last time. Despite these minor critiques, Todo Sobre Mi Madre is, in my opinion, a masterpiece of Spanish cinema, examining and humanizing profound issues in modern society, and in addition is one of the only films where I have laughed and cried in the same 5-minute span. For my critical